You cannot have your foot like that in the shot glass. You're kidding? Get those Flintstones out of here.
They're not gonna see my feet.
It was all toes.
They look cool like this.
Okay. We're waiting on Ness to stop moving.
I gotta make sure I'm like sitting like fine. I don't know. My knees look weird.
Your knees do look weird.
Yeah, I know.
You can really see your legs.
Yeah, they just look bony.
Why don't you put them down?
Because I have to prop this up.
I'm not propping mine up. How do you feel about that?
Not great.
We'll
But pretty okay.
You need to be
good.
comfortable, or else you'll fidget the whole time. No, it's not that serious.
Why?
You're moving like that.
How about now?
Like, you're still rolling your sleeves. You're just holding a mic now. Guys, we've been not doing anything for 1 whole hour.
Hey guys. I don't like seeing my bony ass knees, but I'm ready. Let's do this.
Good evening and welcome to all, but we want to give a special welcome to the girls, gays, and theys. We are the female gays. This is me, Ashley. It's your girl. I sound like this. I'm sounding pink. I've been feeling pink everywhere I go. Tomorrow I'm going to see tulips and I'm going to get so many pink ones.
Hey, my name's Ness. I just drank expired milk. So.
They're like really freaking out about that. Like all milk is expired. That's the whole point, right? It's probiotics. You're fine.
I don't feel good about it.
It smelled fine. Stop freaking out.
Well, anyway.
We're back. Ring-a-ding-ding. We took a little break. We're feeling a bit better. Got some newish equipment. We're hoping to put some videos out. I'm saying that so Ness will edit them because I know it's going to be a lot to edit.
I'm not going to lie. What did you just say?
What are you doing over there?
Just zoning out.
Okay. You have to talk and you have to listen to
Yeah,
this.
I know. Sometimes I have trouble doing both.
Okay.
No. Okay.
You know, we never clapped. Should we have? You clap. Round of applause.
What?
I was doing
What?
the song Round of Applause. Baby, make that ass clap. But I thought you would have done the...
I don't know that song.
Sometimes there's a moment where you're like, I'm dating a white person. You just clapped in the middle of me rapping. I wasn't even finished with the verse.
You said round of applause, so I thought that was my cue.
And you hit the like...
I thought that was my cue.
No. It would be like if I was in the middle... No. Okay. Wow, it's really hard to recover from that. That clap was aggressive.
I'm so sorry.
You could have done a softer clap.
Let's do it again, and I'll do it on the right timing to make you feel better.
It's okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Your mouth is really shiny.
Oh, I just really slathered
Yeah,
some
you did,
bad bomb on
but
my
it's
lips.
like off your lips. It's on.
Oh God.
Like you have Kool-Aid mouth, but with Vaseline.
Guys, the weather has been so strange here, and my lips are really taking a toll.
Cute.
Yeah, disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still hot though.
Yeah. I just realized the whole time I've been looking at myself in the little thingy and not up there.
Oh, same. It doesn't matter.
It probably does.
Okay.
Okay, so today we are talking about dating Amber. It was actually requested by someone on our Discord. You don't know nothing about that? You don't know nothing about our Discords because you don't follow us there. Someone recommended dating Amber and it was on HBO Max and it was relatively short. So we were like, hell yeah.
And I
Don't flip while I'm talking.
I'm looking at the trigger warnings. I immediately loved it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So yeah. Thank you for the recommendation. You know who you are.
I'm going to get in with a synopsis.
Hit us with that synopsis.
Thank you.
You look beautiful.
Don't look at me.
Sorry.
Okay. Small gay boy thinks he's straight. Angry lesbian make money. A bang trailer so you can nail her. Sad parts, there'll be a damper. We present Dating Amber.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was good.
Yeah, I know.
Crushed it.
I know what my skills are.
Look how cute Goblin is.
He's all right. I took him on a 45-minute walk today.
Yeah, she really
I mean, he
won
went on
out.
several walks, but one of them was 45 minutes, and you know, he doesn't know. He just hasn't recovered.
Yeah, it's also like hot today, and it has been cold, and the heat makes him more tired.
It was 78 today. Okay. He's
Hot.
fine.
78 degrees is hot. I'm not happy about it.
Okay.
It's fine.
Newsreel beginning. TV from the 90s. And then I said, poor boy can't do a pull-up.
Same.
Sheep. The Irish love sheep. Because there's sheep. There's sheep all over this
I
film.
don't remember there
sheep
being
to
sheep.
The left, sheep to the right.
I don't remember a single sheep.
Okay. And then I put 1995.
Yep.
You want to talk about the movie?
Yeah, so they were like riding their bikes. I think it's the boy, like the main character and his brother, through like, what is it, like shooting range training? Like, it's like the military training.
Yeah, because there's the war there.
The war, but like it's just a training field. So they're like practicing, but there's like active shooting going on. And there's a sign that says like active shooting, do not enter. But he's just going. And his little brother gets tackled. But yeah, he's got his headphones on. He's really gay. Vibing, just being
when
gay.
You're that gay into your music.
I get it, you know, but he makes it through. He's all right because he's gay. His gayness protected him.
Yeah.
These guys are asking Amber if she's eaten carpet.
My next note is they call Amber a lesser carpet muncher.
There you go.
And she says, your mom's getting it shampooed.
Okay.
That's what I wrote.
I don't know. She has some witty comeback. Yeah. Amber's got lots of witty comebacks. And then my man Eddie, that's his name, Eddie. He's the one that went through the shooting range. The main little gay boy. Yeah, the main little gay boy. He got asked if he's an F slur, and he panicked, and he's like, "No, I like Tracy."
He's like, I like Tracy and I get mad puss from Tracy. I like Tracy, I like puss. I don't know nothing about that dude. Yeah. I don't know nothing about that man. Men, what are those? I've never seen one.
Never seen a man. Don't know a man.
What's a gay? I don't know.
Who's gay? Not me. But yeah, so then the bully's like, all right, bet. You like Tracy? I'm going to set you two up.
There's a lot of talk about shifting.
Yeah, shifting.
That's a word over there.
Yeah. If you're Irish, let us know like what exactly that means. It seems like a makeout sesh, but I don't know.
It's when you...
I don't know the exact translation.
It's
so
when
help me out, guys.
You scissor, but it's butthole to butthole.
Nope, that's not what it is.
Everyone does it in Ireland. Girl, boy, non-binary. Everyone does it. When you shift, you put butthole to butthole. It doesn't matter. It's a term there. They probably think it's weird though that we don't do that. And that's fine. That's how culture works. Yep.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
And then when he's trying to shift with that girl Tracy, he goes, the girl takes his hand and is like, fill up on these. And he's like, you know what, maybe we should not be saying.
Say whatever you want and I'll bleep out whatever we need.
Okay. You heard it here first, guys. I can't get in trouble for saying that. Okay. So then she puts his hand on his boob and then Tracy goes to reach for his, and it's not erect. And she's like, my tongue's in your mouth, your hand's on my nipple. Why are you not erect? That's what she's worried about. That's not my word. That's her word. So she gets mad and she's like, are you kidding me? And
he's so uncomfortable.
He is.
I bet his hands are so clammy.
Yeah. My next note is Amber has the same haircut as her mom. Also, her dad is dead.
Oh my God. Wait, we're not even there yet.
Okay. I was skipping around a bit.
After he like panics about touching her titties, he just shakes her hand and runs away. Which is gay panic if I ever heard it.
A handshake after a shake is gay panic.
Yeah. And then the bully starts calling him out for not touching. He tells everybody he doesn't touch.
As bullies do.
Yeah. And then we're at Amber's. Well, we see her like cleaning some abandoned trailer. And we see like people walking in said trailer. And it seems like what she does is she rents out this abandoned trailer to the youth who want to experience coitus.
Yep, it's trailer.
Yes, trailer. So yeah, that's what she does, which she's making money moves, baby. But yeah, then she's talking to the mom about the dead dad. And we see she's got actually quite a bit of money saved in a little box from her trailer.
Yeah. So she's like $10, you can go in, do whatever you want, get nasty in here. And then she takes that, she saves it in this box.
And then we see Eddie at dinner with his family, and they're asking about the fitness test. They seem very like obsessed about him being masculine and that type of thing. That's the vibes I'm getting here.
Yeah.
And Jack, who is Eddie's brother, tells the parents that Eddie shifted with a girl but didn't touch.
And they're all like, what?
They're actually pretty excited about it.
It's good he didn't touch because they're not even boyfriend girlfriend yet. You know, that this and that. They like are trying to validate it.
That, and I just meant they were excited to hear that he was shifting with a girl
for
in the
sure,
first place.
For sure. But I'm like, they immediately validate the non-touch.
For sure.
As like it's because he's respectful.
Yeah, and then the dad was like, or the mom, they were both like, oh, is this your girlfriend? And he was like, I don't know, like kind of talking around it. And then the dad was like, see, we didn't have to worry.
And he says
like,
that,
yikes.
out loud.
Yeah, like out loud to Eddie, which is fucked up, especially if he is gay. That just like puts him even further into the closet by saying shit like that. Don't say shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, just don't.
Don't put the cord on the dog.
He's fine. He loves it. I don't know where else to put it. He's like all up in my space.
He is in your space. That's fair.
He's very cute though.
My next note is as
it's like my posture is bad.
Eddie is riding his bike away. Amber threw a rock at him to knock him off his bike. She got gay aim. I mean, she throws stuff throughout this whole film and she hits her mark every time.
She stays throwing rocks.
What do they talk about when she does that?
Oh wait, before I have that happening,
You took a majority of the notes here. You shouldn't even let me lead.
Before that happens, Eddie asks Tracy out. And the friend is like, off.
Yeah.
Because Tracy clearly did not have a good time.
Yeah. I really I mean, Tracy as a character does a lot of things negative, but she's like a funny character, her and her friend.
Yeah. And anyway, yeah, Amber throws a rock at Eddie and she's like, let's go out on a date. And then my next line is handies left and right. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm there. They do go on a date to the movie theater. And they're in between like two couples who are just given handies.
Yeah, they're at the movie theater and it like pans out and you see two couples behind them. And they're literally just like the girls are giving hand jobs and the guys are like looking up at the movie and it's like, it's a strange vibe. I've never experienced that. So I don't know how I feel about that. It felt like, and I love a good movie. I didn't like it.
Yeah, and they were moaning really loud.
Yeah.
Which I didn't love.
Yeah, I'm just trying to enjoy my popcorn and you're moaning through this robot movie. Makes me uncomfortable. Amber calls the army fascist, but I said they're at a chicken place.
Hold on, let me catch up.
Okay.
I just said Amber's yelling passionately about female bass players and like same. There's that one bass player on TikTok. I think her name's Blue. Hot.
Okay.
Anyway. But yeah, she's asking why he's joining the army and he said it's a family tradition, I think.
And she goes, was your grandpa in it? And he goes, no, just my dad. And she's like, doesn't it take more than one person to make it a tradition? And he's like, shut up, stop. Because she's like actually making points, but you know, when you don't want to hear it. So he's like, shut up, stop. And then she's like, anyways, the army's fascist anyways. It's a fascist war machine.
I took terrible notes, I think. I said whispering about her being a lesbian. Oh, other people in the diner were like whispering about her being a lesbian.
Okay.
And so she grabs Eddie's hand and then he goes to kiss her.
Well, I have different notes. She kind of comes out to him. She's like, I am a lesbian. He will call me that and I am. So let's be each other's beards. You date, blah, 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 blah. And he's like not really nice to her when she comes out and he does not come out. He's kind of like, I'm not gay. Right?
Yes. Correct. And then they're outside and he like leans in to kiss her and she gets mad. She's like, what the fuck? This isn't what we're doing here. We're just pretending, but I don't want to pretend that hard yet. And And then she's like, you're gay. And he says, gay for boobs. Just like that.
Yeah, it's a...
And then she's like, bitch, please, you get hard for that one teacher.
I forgot about that one teacher.
Mm-hmm. And then she's like, you're gay, so am I. That's what she says. And then he turns her down when she asks to do the fake relationship originally.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
He does.
And I said that he's a meanie.
Yeah, he's not being nice to her.
No.
My next notes say, Jesus will now make the vagina slippery to accept the man's love.
Yeah, they're watching like this. It's called A Guide to Lovemaking in class because they go to like I'm assuming a Catholic school, and it's like run by nuns, which that was a little triggering for me personally.
I've never read that guide. Perhaps I've been doing it wrong.
But yeah, and then the nun straight up says, Jesus will now make the woman's vagina slippery. And she's sitting next to like this couple on a couch making out.
Yeah.
Just.
And then in one breath, I think Eddie says to Amber, want a shift? Right?
Yeah. And she says, yes, I do.
And he basically is like, want a shift? And she looks around and she's like, yes, I do. Like,
yeah.
Who's gay now? I'm about to go do heterosexual stuff in the alleyway.
Yeah. Oh, I also wrote, after the whole, Jesus will now make the woman's vagina slippery, I wrote, not Amber's though. Because she gay.
Yeah.
And then also, one other thing the nun was doing, she was making like essentially no homo hand motions. She was like this.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I also have, after the want to shift, he goes home and he's like trying to decide if he is gay, and he hand draws all these dicks and penises, and he surrounds himself by the dicks and penises, and then he's like, this might be something that the gay boys do. If I'm drawing a circle of dicks and surrounding myself about the dicks and then thinking a lot about the dicks, maybe I
am the dick.
Maybe I'm not straight. There's a scale out there.
Or that, yeah.
You're sliding it, baby.
Mm-hmm.
If you're drawing more than 4 dicks an hour, you're sliding that scale. 3 dicks an hour, that's probably a straight man.
I feel like so many boys drew dicks in high school.
Yeah, okay, yes, but he's drawing big dicks, and then he's surrounding
just laying
himself.
in a bed of dicks.
He's laying in a bed of dicks. That's what makes it gay.
Yeah.
You draw a little dick on a post-it note, you give it to somebody. That's what boys think is funny. I don't understand it.
Not gay. Laying in a bed of dicks.
That you drew yourself, that you sketched.
Gay.
There's a little doodle of a dick, and there's a sketch. He's sketching. He's not doodling.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sketch. It's to scale, beauty marks, veins.
We really broke that down.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
And that's how he realizes he's a homosexual.
Big ol' homo. But we see them in school like forcing themselves to hold hands and like awkward cuddling in class. And the bully is like, I thought you two were benders, which I'm not sure if that's like a slur, because it's not something in the America.
Yeah.
It's obviously an Irish phrase, but that's what he says. And the teacher gets mad and he's like, what? I was saying they weren't. I was being nice. And he's like, go to the principal's office. And this is the teacher that Eddie has a crush on.
I was going to call you a dumb bitch, but I didn't. Go to the principal's office.
Me? Oh.
No, I was giving an example. Go to the principal's office. What? I said I wasn't calling them a dumb bitch.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I was specifically said, I thought you were, not that they were.
And then eventually he's still hearing like some rumors about himself being a little gay, a little fruity.
And then after that happens, the teacher like holds Eddie back after class and he's like, is everything okay? And then he's like, let me know if they're bullying you, you can talk to me. And then he touches his arm. And it just feels like a little too intimate for teacher student. It felt a little uncomfortable. But yeah, now he's walking through the halls.
Mm-hmm. And he's hearing some rumors, some little chat.
Like making fun of how he walks.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And he's like, what'll help? A rumor that I got it in. So he goes up to Amber and he's like, we needs to pretend we got it in. We tell people it'd be good for me, it'd be good for you. And she goes, after one day, I want them to think I'm straight, not a slut.
Yeah.
Which I hate that slut shaming is also in your country as well.
Mm-hmm. It's everywhere, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But I think the way he like brings it up to her is he just says, I've already fingered you. I think that's how he brings it up. And then she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. She's like, I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah. And then we see that Amber's like made almost $2,000.
And here's what I have to say to the gay youth. If you have cash around, do not tell anybody. Do not tell your little friends. Don't tell your youth little family. You got 2 G's in cash. You keep that to yourself and yourself only. You don't tell people.
You make those 2 G's 2 SH's.
I hated that.
Gotta keep it a secret.
But for real, don't tell anybody. You can't trust nobody out there.
Yep. But she like talks about how after school she wants to leave for London and open a bookstore, and she just wants to get out of this town. Mm-hmm. Now he invites her to dinner, and the parents are like, "Oh, so this is your second girlfriend?" And then I just wrote toxic masculinity dad. I don't know what he does, but probably something fucked up.
Yeah, for some reason I have a note that says at the table, only just fingered her. Why do they say that? Who says that?
Oh, I think Jack says that. Yeah, it's Jack because
Jack is who?
Eddie's brother.
Set the scene. What's going on? Where are they at?
Yeah, so they're at dinner with the parents and with Jack, Eddie's brother. Amber comes in. So Eddie like tells her like to look less manly. He's like, act less manly-ish. That's what he says to her before the dinner. And so she shows up in this dress and makeup, and it just looks like she's never worn dress or makeup ever in her entire life. Yeah. And Eddie greets her with like the most awkward kiss ever. And the parents are like watching this all happen. And they're like talking about the army at the dinner table. And they're like, yeah, the army takes a lot of sacrifices. And I think Amber's like being very snarky, and she's like, so does marriage, like to the parents. And the parents are like kind of fighting at the dinner table and making things awkward. And so Amber interrupts, and she's like, oh, Eddie's gonna look so sexy and manly in uniform. I can't wait to see it. And she's like really laying it on thick. And then Eddie's like, let's go to my room. So they go, and this is when Jack's like, oh, don't worry, they haven't had sex yet, they've only just fingered.
And the mama's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But the dad looks a little proud.
Yeah, ew.
Disgusting. And
they in Eddie's room, they're like, I guess he's trying to look straight in his room because there's like bullet casings and war shit everywhere.
He says, because I think she's still like making comments about him being gay, and he's like, I'm not gay. There's like nothing gay even about my room. And you look around and it's like bullet casings, like an army helmet, posters of the army and shit.
Yep.
And all that kind of thing.
It's like when you were younger and you were just so obsessed with Channing Tatum, but really you were a raging homosexual.
Correct.
I can't be gay. Look, this is Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
I think he's
Isn't he a hot dude?
You know, when I was younger, Twilight came out and I was like so obsessed with Taylor Lautner, and then in the second movie he cut all of his hair off, and I was like, it's not doing it for me anymore.
I was obsessed with Channing Tatum because of She's the Man and Step Up.
Yeah, he's cute.
Those were the movies that did it for me. He also graduated from my high school.
The parents. You want to talk about the parents like staring and lurking out the window when they're like leaving the date at the end of the night?
Oh yeah, we also find out that she's like not a virgin, and then she shows like an example of what it's like, because she said it was just awful, and she like gets on him and starts like humping him awkwardly, and he's like, ugh. But it's just like, it's kind of funny because they're like getting closer as friends, because they weren't really even friends before all this. But yeah, and then when she goes to leave, the parents are like literally standing on the porch with the lights on, and then they like go and look at them, and so they shut the lights off.
But you can like still see the
you can still see them, yeah,
of their body.
And they like do an awkward kiss goodbye, and then she bites him on the neck so aggressively.
Yep.
And I think she just says something like, "It's proof that we did it," or whatever.
They have like little hickeys.
Yeah. So yeah, they walk into school, arms around each other. He's got a massive hickey on his neck from her literally biting him. And then the next scene, we see her riding on the back of his bike. And I'm like,
I put the country is beautiful.
Yeah, the country
wherever they filmed
beautiful.
Is beautiful.
Yeah, and there's like, this is like kind of a montage of them kind of just like being cute and straight, I guess. But and they're just like really getting to know each other. It seems like they're getting to be BFFs. And then we see them like, you know, dancing at a dance. And then we see Eddie at, I think it's like ROTC or like training for the army or something. I don't know what they call it in Ireland. But we see him like making gay eye contact with this other guy in the army training boot camp thing. And
my next notes are we have to start gutting our bullies alive.
What?
I think that was just personal thoughts. And I said, in the meadow. That was me prepping myself. So they're in the meadow doing something. Then they go to Dublin and they drink on a boat. Then they go to an arcade. And then I said, they're falling in love. Like friend love, but they're falling in love. And they see a gay pride flag at this bar. So they're like, oh shit, we gotta go into this bar. It's gay. Then when they go in there, the queens are so nice. They're lovely to these baby gays. They didn't ID them. These are literal children. The queen said, welcome, baby. There's so many lesbians. They meet this lesbian with a long bob, a striped t-shirt, and glasses. We all know who that is. Her name's Sarah. There's so many gays named Sarah. And yeah, they're gay in this bar and they flirting.
I was going to say, I don't know a single gay named Sarah, but I do know someone who's bi named Sarah. It was my high school crush.
Okay. Ding.
But every other Sarah I know I think is straight. Anyway, I do want to say before all this, they do have like kind of like a little talk with each other, and they both kind of like admit like kind of personal things, which shows them they're kind of like getting on a more personal level, like friendship wise. And she says, this is the longest nobody's called me a lesbian since my dad died, which is so sad to hear. Like people just stay calling her lesbian. But she was like, yeah, it was like a nice week off from people calling me that, because once my dad died, no one wanted to say anything mean to me. And then he says, I think I'm going to fail cadets. Cadets is what they call it.
Yeah.
There it is. But yeah, then they go to Dublin. We see the drag queen. And when he goes up to the drag queen, because he goes up on stage with her. Did you get to that part yet?
You could talk about it.
Okay. So he goes up on stage with her, and the drag queen goes, you okay, baby gay? And then he just hugs her. And the drag queen's just like holding him.
Yeah.
Just holding him and like continuing her set, but holding him. Because like, you can tell he needs it.
Yeah.
It's
really sweet.
It's such a sweet
They
moment.
could have been like, get the fuck off this stage, boundaries. But they were like, oh, he needs a hug.
Yeah. And meanwhile, someone tries talking to Amber, and Amber just immediately goes, I'm not a lesbian. And then Eddie walks up to them talking, and he's very drunk, and he brings up Hitler, and everybody's uncomfortable.
Yeah, naturally so.
Yeah. And then Amber starts getting flirty with Sarah. So originally she was like, no homo, but then she was like, maybe a little homo.
Maybe a little homo.
Yeah. And then Sarah's like, you should go to this thing with me on Saturday. And she's like, yeah, maybe. And like takes the flyer. And then she's like, I'm really sorry, but I gotta go. And then Eddie and Amber take the train home. We see Eddie's dad's asleep on the couch. So he wakes up when he gets home. He's like trying to be the cool dad. And he's like, you know, my dad would have been upset with me if I came home this late, knowing I was out with a girl. But I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad you were out late with Amber. But yeah, he really brings up some daddy issues there.
Yeah, he's
and then
crying.
He just starts crying.
Boo, hoo, hooing.
Yeah,
Not
really
a light cry. Hoo, hoo, hoo. I mean, boo, hoo, hoo.
And then we see Amber get home, and her mom is mad at her for being late and for drinking.
My next note is he wants to pretend to have sex. And she's like, okay, but only if we go to the party again at the gay bar.
Yeah, and what prompted this was the bullies were like kind of pressing him and asking if they've had sex. And he's like, and then he like runs away and goes and talks to Amber.
That's why I'm sorry to say it, but I know it's hard. You getting bullied, try hitting him firm in the face immediately.
I mean, he does that later.
He does. And imagine if right away he would have, you know?
He should have really just stood up for himself. Sometimes you just gotta stand up for yourself. I know it's hard,
it's so hard.
Sometimes like bullies will just prey on the weak.
I'm just saying people don't preach revenge enough. It's very therapeutic.
Take that with a grain of salt, please.
You remember that.
But yeah, Eddie's like, he's kind of standing up for himself a little bit when they were like pressuring him, asking if they've and then the next scene we see Eddie like getting some personal training from his dad out in the wilderness. He accidentally cuts himself. The dad's real intense, teaching him some Boy Scout things and shit.
Intense.
Yeah.
Camo, digging in the woods, pooping in a hole, shitting in a shovel type stuff. I have a wild next note, but let me know when you're ready for it.
I just said that Eddie's mom is at home listening to a record, she vibing, and then she goes into his room and finds all the penis drawings.
Yes. That's why I have this note that I was going to ask you about. Why he leaving his dicks out like that? Because if I had all these dicks, I would be hiding them.
Yeah, he didn't do a very good job of hiding all his dicks.
If you have secret dicks, you have to keep them hidden.
And then I said that made her realize he was gay, and then I wrote plot hole because, like I mentioned earlier, guys just be drawing dicks.
The plot hole is she would have known before this. Eddie?
Oh, for sure.
That mom, she would have known.
I think she was sus before.
For sure.
The dad was just in denial.
We don't need to get into it too much, but one day Amber has a couple use her bang trailer and they don't have money, so they give her drugs. And then that night when they go to the party, she's like, Eddie, take these drugs.
Yeah, they do have to like, Eddie does have to go with Amber to Amber's mom to like cover for where they're going that night.
Some sort of study thing.
Yeah, they're saying they're going on a study date. And then he says to her, you have a lovely home. And then she's like, well, now I know you're a liar. So the mom says to him. And he's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, then they take drugs and then they go into the club. And then we see them just like awkwardly sitting in the back of the club together at first. But then the drugs be hitting.
And they're dancing. I said they white people dancing and they're really getting into it.
They're so cute though.
They're just really getting into it. I really like the dancing. I said, oh my God, I love it. They're just really feeling it.
They're really feeling themselves on the dance floor.
And then we're getting late on time, so let's speed it up.
And then Sarah finds Amber and they run off together while Eddie's still on the dance floor dancing his little heart out. Amber and Sarah are lying on the stairs. Amber admits she's gay. And Sarah's like, yeah, same. And some man starts trying to talk to Eddie. He's like, you a student? Eddie's like, no, I'm here with my girlfriend. But then the dude grabs his hand and they start making out. And they're like touching hips. But then Eddie looks over and sees the dude he was gay staring at from cadets.
His cadet buddy.
And panics. So he pushes the dude off of him and is like, what the fuck? What were you doing? And the dude from cadets is like, Eddie, wait. And like tries grabbing his hand. Eddie pushes him too. He's making a whole ass scene. He starts fighting the bouncer. Amber hears from the other room and is like, oh my God, Eddie. And Eddie gets kicked out. He's out in the alleyway crying and upset. Amber comes running after him. And originally he was like yelling at her, like, you left me all alone out there. Why would you do that? But then he's like, just hugs her. He just needs a hug. And she's like comforting him and she says, I have you now, which I thought was so sweet. She just keeps repeating that. I have you now. Then they sleep in the car, which is a good choice. Don't drink and drive, kids. And they're cuddling. And then she's like out. She's asleep. And he's kind of talking to her, but like also talking to himself. And he's saying like, oh, this isn't so bad. Maybe this could actually work. And then we see him like kind of having a moment to himself outside the car while Amber's sleeping inside the car. And then we see them driving home, and Amber's like, what happened? And he's like, oh, it was just the drugs.
Yeah.
And he like doesn't tell her.
I said, Eddie, you're gay. You're just so gay. And he thinks he loves her like love, but it's just like friend love, you know? Queer love can be hard.
It's hard for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they pull up to Eddie's house, and this is not good.
All the parents come out. So
yeah.
Her mom's there too, and they are pissed.
Mm-hmm. And Amber's mom's like, I don't want your delinquent son seeing my daughter. Mm-hmm. And then the mom is like, Eddie's mom is like, well, I don't want your weird daughter around my son. And then she's like, well, actually, she's very nice.
She goes, she's actually lovely.
She's actually very lovely. Mm-hmm. And then they both just keep yelling "F you" at each other several times. And, Amber's mom is yelling at her. They get in the car and they leave. Eddie goes inside and he's just like, can I just go to my room? And the mom's like, yes, of course. And then she just gives him a hug and kiss.
Mm-hmm. I put the next scene. It starts to play the song Cut Your Bangs. And I knew from the first few chords, I have an emotional connection to this song. I used to play it a lot with my best friends, Leighton and Tony. Shout out. And I would play it a lot, and they hate the song. They hate every part of it. And I would really blare and sing it. I actually sent them a video recording. Maybe I'll put that on Instagram of me being like, guys, listen. They didn't appreciate it. But I love Cut Your Bangs.
Yeah, I wrote Ashley freaking out about a song, but this song was happening during like this montage about how
when Sarah and Amber kiss, it's Cut Your Bangs playing.
Okay.
You said you cut your, and then they're kissing.
Yeah, but how do we get to this point?
They're hanging out. They're dating. Okay. They're hanging out.
So basically, because of all this that happened, Eddie and Amber cannot hang out anymore. Mm-hmm. And Amber's like, we need to give my mom time to cool down. One day, Amber's not in class. Eddie doesn't know where she is. He tries to go to her house after. Not there. Mm-hmm. Where is she? Hanging out with Sarah.
Yep.
So she skipped class to go hang out with Sarah. Gay. They're holding hands. Mm-hmm. They're kissing. They're being cute and touchy and sweet. And then the next scene we see Eddie's dad dropping him off at the army thing. And he's like, the dad's like, it's okay. Not everyone's made for the army. And he's like, no, I can do this.
And he's like, I might do well.
Yeah. And the dude from the club is like, we need to talk. Mm-hmm.
Eddie kicks him in the face on purpose, doing a simple workout exercise to prove that he has the masculinity, quote unquote, that he needs for the cadets, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. And
then Eddie goes to Amber afterward and is like, we should start going out properly. And Amber's like, no, it's over.
And she's like, what? No, ew.
Yeah. And she's like, you can tell people that you ended it. And they're doing this at school, and Jack and like a whole bunch of people saw it happen.
Everyone's listening.
Yeah. And so Jack tells the parents that Amber dumped him. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, I dumped her. But when Eddie comes home, we see the parents like waiting with the cadet letter. Mm-hmm. We find out he gets accepted.
He does.
Then the next scene, Amber comes out to her mom.
Yeah, and she's like a little like shocked, but then she comes around pretty quickly.
She does. Mm-hmm. Originally, she's like, I don't know what your father would say. Mm-hmm. And Amber's like, he's not here. It's just us. And she's like, and I'm not going anywhere. And that's what kind of turns the mom around. And then at school, Jack's telling Eddie that Amber's a lesbian. And everyone is saying that he made her a lesbian.
And he's like, oh, God.
Yeah. And so the girl that...
Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy. So Tracy's talking to Eddie, and she's like, she tried it on me once. And she's like trying to come on to Eddie now.
Yeah.
Which I'm like so confused. And he runs away.
Is this when who says lesbians are fierce sluts?
I don't know.
I think it's Tracy. Because then they start making out and she gives him a hand job.
Oh. Yeah.
She's like, lesbians are fierce sluts, and they start making out, and then she touches his wiener, but he's thinking about boys, and he does release himself.
Ew, why would you put it like that? Of all the ways you could have said that.
And then we see Sarah and Amber, and this time they're in the trailer, they're in the bang trailer, and they do sex with each other, to each other, with each other, for each other.
Who are we talking about?
Sarah and Amber. Then out Eddie and unsee each other and pretend to be straight. I don't know what that means.
I don't know where we are.
What?
We missed the whole teacher scene.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. So, thank you. Eddie calls Amber a
yeah.
And she gets real hurt by this.
Naturally.
And the bully, who's been bullying them the whole time, is like, you should really be more sensitive. And this pisses Eddie off because, like, dude, you have not been sensitive my entire school career. And so he punches him. And then the gay teacher, I wrote gay teacher because I thought he was gay at first, pulls him off and then brings him into his office. And then he kind of gets close to Eddie and he's like talking to him. He's like, I know how you feel. And so then Eddie like leans in and kisses him. And then the teacher freaks out. Yeah. The teacher's like, I'm straight with a fiance. Mm-hmm. And
he's like, what the fuck? Why would you do that?
Yeah. And he's like, is the door open? The door's open. Okay. And Eddie's like panicking and just runs out. He's like, I won't tell anyone. You don't tell anyone. Bye. Mm-hmm. And then Amber throws a rock at Eddie again and yells at him for calling her and she's like, you need to come out too. It's not about other people. It's about you. And he's like venting to Tracy, and that's when he kisses her and she gives him a handy. Mm-hmm. Then Amber actually brings Sarah home to the mom and they meet. Sarah's vegetarian in good gay fashion.
It goes well.
They and Amber's like, was it okay? And Sarah's like, my turn. It's like, oh my God, calm down. But yeah, sex in the trailer. So full circle. We're here now. Eddie is with Tracy and her friends, and they see his name is Cian? Cian. Sean?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
This
is the first time you've ever said this person's name at the end of this film review.
Yeah, because they don't say it until now. Okay. It's the other gay guy from the cadets.
Okay.
But he's at the bar. He's a bartender. Mm-hmm. And Eddie kind of like runs off and he sits down with them and he's like, just because we feel, it doesn't mean we have to be.
Yeah.
So it's like even more internalized homophobia, like just essentially saying we got to bury our feelings real deep. Mm-hmm.
My next notes, Eddie's going off to cadet soon. Amber is walking by a store. These two old people are being mean to her. Then she passes by the mall hoes, aka Tracy and her friends. And the mall hoes are like, yeah, I'm about to be a military wife because he's going off to the military. He's going to be so fit and hot. And she's like, what the fuck? He's still doing the cadets? And she goes home. She gets her money, her coin. She runs over to him at cadets. And she's like, don't fucking do this. You're not this. You're not this and you don't want to do this. Take this money and go. I'm going to give you these pics of us. You need to go, have a nice life, and leave. I'll be okay for a little bit because I got Sarah.
Yeah, and she's like, you can't be who you need to be here. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, go with me. And he's like, I can't. You have to do this on your own. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I can't. And then he just breaks down and says, I'm gay. And she goes, no shit.
Yeah, we've all been known.
And he's like, I'm sorry I was such a prick to you. And she goes, don't worry about it. You're the only boy I'm glad I dated.
Yep.
And then she's like, go. He takes the money. He leaves. He's on a train. Then we see her sitting on the hills. He opens the box. Inside the box is a ripped half of the photo booth photos that they took and like a journey planner. And she has the other half of the photos and it ends with just like both of them smiling in their own little locations. Mm-hmm. And that's the end.
Boom. Dating Amber.
Boom. How many U-Hauls?
5.
Yeah, 5 out of 5 U-Hauls for sure. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's it for this week's episode. If you liked it, which I know that you did, please rate, review, subscribe.
Please follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Female Gaze Pod. You can follow my personal Instagram at Away Ashley. Ness.
Follow our Twitter at Female Gaze Pod. You can send us an email, thefemalegazepod@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail, 917-408-3535. Follow my personal Instagram at Little Loch Ness.
Bye, pretty hoes. We'll see you later. I hope you liked it. This was a fun one. Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah, this was a really good one. Watch this film. Mm-hmm. Bye.